All right, my friends, I want to address this question I've been getting from people lately. It's like, Eddie, how do I talk so people listen to me the way they listen to you? I gotta be really honest with you all. This is not as hard as you might think. It's not about having this special combination of words or this special combination of message. It's not about that. It's one simple thing that I do that helps people, I should say, encourages people to listen to me. And the truth is that it's this one simple thing that most people won't do because it's really hard to find joy in doing it. Okay, so I'm just going to share that with you. First, I want you to write down this word. I want you to write down this word the word is called inculcate. So type it in below or whatever, INCULCATE. And I want you to understand that anyone can do this. Anyone is capable, okay? Anyone is capable of doing what I have done that has allowed me the opportunity to be listened to be heard. Now, just to be honest, I'm not heard by everybody. Not everybody listens to me, and that's not my goal anyway, so fine. But I want you to understand that the right people hear me. The right people listen to me. The right people see the value in what I offer because I am so absolutely committed to offering or giving what I have to the right people. Okay, so I'm just going to share that with you first. So write that word down, inculcate, and I want you to go look it up and ask yourself, can I do this? Can I do this? The answer is yes, of course you can. It's one simple thing. Never stop talking. Never. Stopping, right? Never stop talking. And I know you're probably going to say to yourself, but what do I say? How do I say it? How often do I say it? What you say doesn't matter. How you say it doesn't matter. What matters is you don't stop talking. You don't stop saying it. I want you to picture this one thing, or I want you to picture right now, think of three things. Maybe just one thing right now. Okay, let's just think of one thing. One thing that you love teaching people, put it in the comments right now. And I'll address them if you point into the comments right now. For those of you that are watching this live, remember, always join my videos live. But if you're watching this in recording, put it in the comments and I'll try to respond as much as I can. I want you to tell me one thing that you love teaching people how to do, okay? Like it's a thing that you teach someone how to do that if a camera was on, like it was videotaping you, you would see that they're doing it, okay? So I want you to put down one thing. And what I want you to imagine that there is a purpose, there is a reason behind it for you, okay? There's a reason behind it for you. There's a reason why you love teaching people that, okay? And the reason is how you feel when another human being takes what you've taught them how to do and gets results. Okay? I want you to look at that right now. Here's what I teach, and here's how I feel when another human being takes what I've taught them and they get results. For me, when I teach somebody how to understand their strengths, to find their unique message, their unique mission, the thing that gets other people emotionally involved and wanting to make sacrifices for, I love it. It makes me so happy when another person develops that skill based on some of the things that I have taught them or things that other people have taught them. And they come to me and say, Eddie, because you have taught me how to do this, I now am able to do this. That feeling I get when they're in front of me and they're crying or they're happy or they're joyful because they've got the results and they finally believe that they're enough. That is why I do it. Right? That is absolutely why I do it. But this is the question. What would the future be like if 100% of the people of this world could do what you teach for the same reasons that you teach it? Okay? I want you to put that in the comments right now. What would the world be like if 100% of the people in the whole world, okay? And I really mean it, the whole world, okay? Even people in different cultures, different countries, whatever. The whole world could do what you teach. What would that world be like? Okay? That world that you have this vision for, that you get this feeling for, you can borrow my futuristic strength right now. If you don't have futuristic, hi, that's fine. Borrow it from me right now, because what I do is I imagine a world where the whole world, where everybody in the world loves who they are so much that all they want to do is help other people love and embrace who they are, and they simultaneously appreciate the differences. I want you to know that in my head, I have a vision of the world that is so big, it's bigger than I will ever live to see come to fruition, right? It is so big that I will never live long enough to see it happen. That's how passionate I am about it, that I'm willing to devote my life to that mission, even though I won't live long enough to see the world change. What will I live long enough to see? Thousands and thousands of people speaking that mission. That is what I talk about every day. A vision of the world where everyone loves who they are and they help other people embrace who they are, and then they simultaneously appreciate their differences. Actually appreciate their differences, not tolerate their differences or ignore their differences. I mean, appreciate it, demand it, require it. Require that every human being they come in contact with just be who they are, even if it's not convenient for me. Imagine that. That, my friends, is what I inculcate into the minds and the ears and the eyes of every human being I come in contact with. Why? Because it's inclusive, it's service-based, right? It leads to a vision of the future where we are ultimately living with purpose and in alignment. My friends, this is what I'm all about. And I speak that message every single day in everything I talk about. And so what I want to ask you to do the same is to imagine that vision of the world and say, this is what I'm fighting for. I am fighting for this vision of the world that I know doesn't exist, but I want to see happen so bad. And I want to find the right people to help me bring that vision of the world into reality. And I want to find people who want that vision so that they will be emotionally committed and willing to make sacrifices for that mission. And how we do it is going to be infinitely unique. How do I do it? I help people understand that they have value. How do I do it? I help people see exactly what that value is. How do I do it? I support. I ultimately bring value. I help bring clarity to how to communicate that value to other people so other people become emotionally committed and emotionally involved and willing to make sacrifices. And then I stand strong and I hold them high and I said, you are enough. And here's proof. That's what I do. That's how I do it. So all the tools, all the services, whether it's a free program or a free training or a group or a community, all of those things have that one thing in common. What I want to help you do, what I want to support you in doing, I want to give you more clarity with, is that you are infinitely unique and you have something that the world will never get to experience unless you let it out. And what I want you to do is become so clear about what that is for you and inculcate that into the eyes and the ears of every human being you come in contact with, whether it's social media or workshops or programs or trainings. No matter what you do, you express that desire. So let me look at some of your answers now. Now, for those of you that are watching the recording, you might not see some of these answers, so I'm just going to share with them real quick. So someone says, foster care advocate. Awesome. So, and forgive me. Courtney. So Courtney, what does foster care have to do with you personally? Why does that matter to you so much? Right? And so foster care isn't your mission. It's a tool to help you execute your mission. And it's a tool to help attract the right people to your mission. Right? Tanya. Okay, Tanya, forgive me for totally mispronouncing your name. I hope I get it right. You said manage anxiety, right? Manage anxiety. That's a tool to help you execute your mission. Imagine if the world could manage their anxiety the way that you passionately want to help them. Imagine that world. What would that world look like? Here's Anita Norris says, how to take control of your health. Imagine, what does that mean to you, Anita? Why does that matter to you personally? And what would happen if the whole world could manage their health the way that you teach it, right? This is so wonderful. And you all get it. It's just a matter of understanding some basic questions and that you get to answer. And so this is what I highly skill in. I've developed such a powerful skill to provide people with more clarity about their mission and his message. So what is the call to action here? I'm going to ask you these questions and I want you to consider them for yourself. What are all the things that you love teaching? And if the whole world could do all of those things, what would that world look like? What would that do for you every single time another human being learns all of those things and gets all the results that they've wanted? What does that do for you? This is part of your why. And the more you can articulate this, you can break it down into one thing. And for me, it's helping the world love who they are without any conditions. But the real fact of the matter is, I just want people to love me for who I am without asking me to ever be anything I'm not, ever again. Because, my friends, I know what it's like to go through life hating who you are. That is my mission. That is what I teach. And if you want someone in your ears every single day reminding you of that, well, it just so happens that I've decided to create a tool to help people stay watching things that keep them reminded of their greatness, hearing things that keep reminding them of their greatness. And so if you're in the United States, I have a text group, okay? I have a text group. I can't post it here because I don't have the number saved. So what I'm going to ask you to do is say, DM me your text number. This is what I want you to do. Okay. If you want to be a part of this text group, it's free. There's no cost. I don't really sell anything on these text groups. What I do is I share messages. I give uplifting, encouragement, as well as I update you whenever there's something coming up. If there's a workshop or a training or something coming up that I don't want you to miss, I'll share that in text message. But really what I love to do is remind you every day of your greatness. So DM me and say, Eddie, I want on your text list, and I'll give you my phone number. All you got to do is text me. And by the way, this is not an automated service. It's literally when you get a message from me, I typed that message and I sent it to you, and you can reply to that message, and we can have a text conversation. That's right. I have over 600 people on this text list, and I actually sit every once in a while and just respond to text messages. Why? Because I care about what you're thinking and where you are. So all you got to do is send me a DM here and say, Eddie, get me on your text list. And then I'll send you that text message and we'll talk about why you want this information. Why do you want this empowering information in your eyes and ears every single week? And I'll back you up 100%. I love you all. Hope you have a wonderful day. And don't forget, next week, I'm going to be breaking down strengths reports. So go to the link in my profile and you can sign up for this free event where I'm just going to break down strengths reports to show you the greatness in every human being on this planet. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you all at the next event.